with himself, afraid that something was wrong with his son, and was clueless. Got there, went upstairs, opened the door of his son's room, and saw what he saw. Whether it's blood, he saw what he saw. He said he saw blood on the duvet, which is the quilt. Some people call it duvet, some people call it quilt, that you put on the bed. He saw something. Now, regardless of that, he came downstairs because they told him to go downstairs. His son was downstairs because he thought the son was upstairs. Remember, nobody invited him. So when he went downstairs, he saw his son gone, lifeless, underneath the staircase, already embalmed. He dressed him up. He was underneath the staircase, lifeless, with cotton wool in his nose and some salt on his chest. Embalmed. How can a father go from talking to his son, knowing that his son is okay, living in a home where he feels that his son is okay, to seeing his son's lifeless body underneath the staircase? Now this man decided to ask for justice for his son, and the world supported it. Please, international bodies, if this is wrong, I stand to be corrected. We all stand to be corrected. International bodies, you are watching us right now. We stand to be corrected if the father feels that there was foul play and he wants to know what happened to his son because he wasn't told step by step what happened to his son. Now, that was not the only slap on the Olobas, on the father, the face of this man. The son was buried in a casket that was not his size. So he was stuffed into that casket. His body has been, his neck was broken. And his uncle, Darosha, was the one that claimed he embalmed him. And he was the one that bought the casket as well. And he did not take the right measurements. He went there in a hurry and bought a casket that will not fit his little nephew. So the man felt like, no, I will not say anything because I am poor. But at the same time, I don't have people that will fight this battle for me. Which was the very reason why many people took to the street. A lot of people took to social media to ensure that they sing and shout and scream as much as they can so that justice is served for this young man, Ileroluwa Oladimeji Aloba. Now, this justice is not about the father. I want you to understand that. The young man went to a show, he got back home, and on Tuesday he went to a show on a Sunday, and we were told from the people in the house that on Tuesday he lost his life. Why? They claimed that he had a fight at the show, and then when he got home, we didn't hear anything from that angle. Nobody could tell us what happened in the house. Everything was blank, mute, blank. We're still muted. That gap is still there. But they can tell us what happened on a Tuesday. They had to wait for the nurse, and the nurse came on a Tuesday and gave all the injections. So we're missing Monday. The event on Monday is not clear. The event on Monday, not clear. Tuesday, the nurse came in and gave the little injection. And this man lost his life. And nobody reported. When the father got there and saw his son underneath the staircase, he decided to do the needful that the people in the house did not do in the first place. He took the corpse of his son, got an ambulance, and put the son in the ambulance. They all followed him they went to the police to get a police report. Please, people in diaspora, if you're watching, you're from immigration, you're from anywhere you're watching, I beg of you, even if you're a lawyer, you're a judge, you're watching, I beg of you to use your kind office to listen to the plight of Ilerioluwa Oladimeji Aloba. Listen to the plight of this young man. Not the fight going on, not the petitions that they are putting, but look at the story of this young man. The father took him in that ambulance. They went to the police station because that's what it's supposed to be. Report the incident, tell them what had transpired. But because the man had no information, even when he was trying to explain what had happened to his son, even though he wasn't there, they didn't give him a full explanation. He couldn't even explain to the police people this was what happened. Someone from the police station came out and told the policeman that, oh, no, don't give him a police report. Do not give him a police report. They should take the body back to where he died. That means take the body back to Lekki police station, any of the police stations there. My thing is, even if they run the law that way, you have a corpse in the vehicle. He's been gone for hours. Couldn't they have been able to assign somebody to follow them, to ensure that they are saying the truth, to ensure that this citizen, this Nigerian citizen, born into this family, born into Nigeria system, he's a Nigerian, was a Nigerian, still a Nigerian. The law should protect its own, regardless. They should have followed them to the other police station, ensure that they get a police report, and deposit the body of this young man in the morgue. No, the police did not do that. They actually told them to go away. They turned them back. So now the father of the deceased has no paper or nothing to show to the morgue or the people at the morgue to bury their son. And so they had to come up with a quick burial for this young man. So if the police also had done their due diligence, we would not have been going through what we are going through today. People in the diaspora, in authorities watching right now, is this fair to this young man? Lying in state in that vehicle, lying in state in that ambulance, his body could have been preserved properly. He would have been given that respect properly. But no, he was stuffed in that small casket and thrown inside the ground for him to be buried. Think about it. And now people are throwing petitions here and there. Who actually are we fighting for? Who actually is supposed to be crying in all of this? Who actually is supposed to be asking for justice and protection? Even up until now, his body is not even being protected. Who? Use your judgment and use your sweet judgment and swift judgment as you've always done. Help us to see who truly needs justice. Everyone in the house should not have the opportunity to leave the country and go to any other country until this justice is served, until they finish the case. All the names that have been sent out, all the names of the people who are involved, you have them, you know, and that's the reason why you are here, you are watching. I didn't want to talk about this, but I have to say it. Please use your good office to do the needful. Everybody involved in that house should remain where they are until this case is over. Until the case is over. No one is threatening anybody. Nobody is threatening anybody. All they are asking is what happened in that house. They should be able to give an account, a detailed account of what happened to this 26-year-old Ilerioluwa Oladimeji Aloba, aka Mohbad. He has a name. This young man was a singer, a writer, a musician, was multi-talented. He had lost his life not on the street, not in the hospital, Not at the place where he went to perform, but right in his very home. The home where he shared with his wife. The home where he shared with friends who came there. And the people, his younger brother and uncle and everyone who were living with him at that time. There were people in the house. Please use your humble office to help fight for justice for Ilerioluwa Oladimeji Aloba. I love to call his name. He has a name. He was a person. He was here. He showed up and showed out. It is only fair for us to know exactly what truly transpired and what took the life of this young man and why it was not reported and why we have all the discrepancies in all of this story. Thank you. I rest my case. Thank you so much for coming to watch. God bless you as you use your humble office. Thank you. I leave the floor for others to speak. Thank you. The mic is on, oh. Thank you. Sakuma, thank you for coming in. Justice for
Lekki, all roads leads to Elegushi land, and it is becoming more and over obvious. I'm going to use that term. Over obvious that the child belongs to him, because he has not said a tangible or reasonable word since the accusation have been parlayed all over the places, and all from the indication and the investigation that I did when I was in Nigeria. Even at the time, I would just feel tired and say, why the waste? You know, if you go to Elepe and you ask about this, they tell you this and that, and everything leads to somebody who's powerful, who has the ability to send even soldiers to bodyguard and even a relative. You know, when you go to Lekki, you hear about the night round, I don't know what a black jeep will be looking for on that street at night, and drop off in the morning and stuff like that. It is becoming ridiculous for so many of us that are very passionate about justice for Mohbad. But one thing I don't like that I have heard this morning or since yesterday is piling over criticism of Joseph Aloba. I have said that, you know, we are all entitled to our mistakes. But this man, for the story I've heard, from people around him, from him, I don't believe anybody can contest the of the century and beat him. This is a man who admires everybody, respects everybody, adore everybody, and tolerate everybody. He has, I don't want to mention, but he has more than enough people that are eating under him. Hello. You know, you need to know who is Ilerioluwa Imole Ayo Oladimeji through his father. He picked from his father. He tolerates everybody. He accepts everybody. And unfortunately, that was what killed him. Because if you listen to people that lives in Mohbad's house, you know, you go to Joseph Aloba's house, and they are all loved. You know, but unfortunately, in Mohbad's house, its frenemies left and right. Once you open that gate and you go in, you cannot be on side, but Cynthia Adebanjo's side. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to stay in the house overnight. You will be kicked out, either by Cynthia, Darusha, or his senior sister, Bosse Alamala. Because Bosse Alamala doesn't want. Can you imagine that? You left your child at the age of 7. He died at the age of 26 plus. And you don't want Orokun. By the time you came back to this child life, it didn't last 3 years. Do that subtraction, everybody. 7, 3 minus 26 and a half. Because a lot of people will be saying that she left for 10 years. She is even saying it wasn't up to 10 years. So do that subtraction. She left at 7. She didn't come back until about 2 or 3 years. Do that subtraction. The guy died at 26 and a half. And that is the pattern everywhere, even with the friends that I asked interview, people that knows him, people that doesn't even know him, but have listened to his music, people that hear, hearsay and hearsay, people that truly know him, that feels him, that he has helped. And it's only people will tell me that, they should go and do DNA for Joseph Aloba and Mohbad. The DNA is all over Joseph Aloba's house. It's all over in his children, in his, other people that lives with him. The DNA is all over. Physical DNA, passionate DNA. That you don't need to say this is this person. That you don't need. I don't understand. I'm sorry. My phone can be funny sometimes. I don't understand why people are not getting this, and we need to still be arguing. Everybody should concentrate on the DNA. The DNA is going to lead us to the motive that Mohbad was by. Simple as ABC. And that is why she doesn't want the DNA. Because if we find out who is the father of the child, we will know that whoever is the father of the child was already, you're talking about soldier, right there, when Mohbad went to sing. They were already all over him. He was just looking for the right time to buy this guy. And they were there in the pretense of saying that they are protecting a child. We had somebody that came out yesterday, gave us a detail of how Mohbad knew a lot of things even before the child was. I was talking to Joseph Aloba and he was telling me a lot of things, and I realized that it's almost the way that Jesus allowed a lot of things to happen so that the scripture will be fulfilled. When Mohbad was when they went for the naming, and the priest got there, they already typed the name. Is the father of that child, is the grandfather of that child that's supposed to put name in conjunction with the father of the child, but there was already a name. It was even a battle to insert Imole, and even the father and the grandfather and the father had to settle for Imole. Mohbad had to say that Imole will carry everything, that the father should leave it. You know, the Aloba family have, even though they are also from Tennessee, they are Oye, and you are naming this child, I did this, I did that. They are naming Liam. There was even an argument that Liam meets light, but Mohbad had to override his father that Imole is there, and that covers everything. And a lot of things that the father made me understand. I replied to the father that I told you when I first met you that, you know, this guy is a Jesus incarnation to the Nigerian atmosphere. That there are other Jesus in other part of the. When Jesus said he was coming back, we all thought he would come the way in the Jerusalem, and he has his way. He talks in parables when he was alive, and that was the scripture he left. He is still doing it. If you sit down with Joseph Aloba, which I was fortunate at least for some hours, I wish I had some more time. There was a lot of parables, and the man ended up agreeing with me that I'm right. That, you know, this child, Mohbad let a lot of things to happen because he wanted the scripture to be fulfilled. It's not that Mohbad, anybody don't want to die. Even Jesus himself said it. Father, why have you forsaken me? But he knew that the scripture must be fulfilled. A lot of things that Mohbad did, that most of us, our ears, and say, why did you do that? Why did you know? He told the Babalawo that he loved the girl. You know, he knew that she's a transformer all over the places. Are you telling me there are no female around that are even more beautiful than a Black Widow that Mohbad will fall in love with? I know a lady who was dating, was in the Naira Marley's house. Mohbad gave her money, go and get a place, live this house. This, although unfortunately the lady ended up going back there and, you know, doing her stuff. You know, Mohbad wasn't meant to be a criminal. That Christianity that the father imbibed was sustaining. The person that he is was sustaining. And the scripture that he had to fulfill was sustaining. He refused to join the drug dealing world of Nigeria that is now controlling the country. He refused. He said he would rather die. We all know how this world is, the musical world, the entertaining world. We know that they are carriers for all these drug dealers. Wunmi took advantage of so many things, and everybody took advantage of so many. But they all didn't know, as from what I have gathered, that the scripture had to be fulfilled. It is now up to us, of Nigeria especially, because some people in the government are using this to deviate us from realizing what a mess Nigeria is in. But that child has come, he has left. Before he left, he has seen, he has conquered, and he has left. It is left to us to carry it on. Check everything. I can say a lot, but at the end of the day, when this chapter is about to be closed, when we are sitting back down this way and we are talking about this, we will come back and say what part everybody played. Don't forget, Peter denounced Jesus 3 times. Don't forget, when Jesus came back, he still appointed him. as his rock, where he will build his church. And we know a lot of things that happen afterwards. Why I refer to that is that some people are playing parts now that they are not clean. I am advising them. I am telling them that they should remember Peter and they should remember Judas Iscariot. Nobody heard of Judas Iscariot other than that name. But everybody still hear about Peter. We have Peter everywhere. Even we have two here that are very famous, that have done good and bad to Nigeria. So the question is, everybody that have participated in buying this guy, in collaborating and in protecting all the enemies of justice for Mohbad, where will your name be written? Will you, or will you be remembered? When you have the guts to accuse or bash the father who is bereaved of his son's death. Mohbad is supposed to be the pillar of that house. His father gave him that touch. Ed do work, even with the younger ones. His father taught him, Mohbad can build a house in no time. He's very fast, he's good. He knows what he's doing. And he sees the future. So when we say that Jesus is coming back, Jesus is here, will always be here forever. And he has come back in many ways. All you have to do is don't look at Joseph Aloba as a man. Some people will say this and that. A lot of things were said about Jesus and even Joseph, even in their time. But the record were not important. It is the good that they did that follows. The rumors have been around even before Jesus. That is why he said you need to love your neighbors according to how you love thyself, after you love God, who is the first. But people will say things about the people. Don't be surprised when they come out with the autopsy and they say Mohbad did this, Mohbad did that, They will want to bring him down, they want to do this and that. Let everybody carry their cross. I am going to carry my cross. I have been carrying my cross ever since this and the agitation for Mohbad won't let me rest. But I've decided to do it my own way. One man show. I've had people come to me and say, join this. I don't want to be Okonkwo. Things fall apart. Even though I'm very aggressive and I believe in what I'm doing, I want to do it alone on my own. Play my part. So let everybody carry their cross, but on the judgment day, it will be written, what did you do? Do you want to be forgotten like Judas Iscariot? There are so many Judas Iscariots, even in the time of Jesus. It's just that Judas Iscariot was the leader. And there are so many Peters. Now, during legacy and shortcomings, the Peters will come out, Judas will disappear. I don't know where I will be written, but I'm very sure I will carry my cross, I will bear my name. And my name will speak for me. I will not be afraid of saying the right thing. Not be stampeding somebody else because they are not doing things my way. I will do my things the way I believe and my spirit tells me to do it. Please, I beg on everybody, don't abuse, disrespect, or say anything negative against Joseph Aloba, because you are not fighting for justice for Mohbad. Because Mohbad represents him, he represents Mohbad. And there is no ifs and or buts. You cannot say you love Jesus and you want to bring down Mary. I've had some churches that will say that, why are you praying to Mary? Why? We don't pray to Mary. You know, but we recognize her as the mother of God, mother of Jesus. The same thing I want you to apply to Joseph Aloba. We respect him because he's the father of Mohbad, Ilerioluwa Imole Ayo Oladimeji Aloba. And once you ascertain and respect that, you have no reason whatsoever, especially when he's still living, to say negative things about him. I want you, unless you have somebody, either in Nigeria or in the world, that have done better than what Joseph Aloba has done. Because if it were to be some of us, what Joseph Aloba took, right, we will not take it. We'll probably be in jail. You know, I personally, I don't know what I would have done, because I would have come to that house with cutlass and try and bring down some mates. Show me my son alive, or your head is going down. You know, but I don't want to preach violence. So I am going to although I have much to say, I still have more to say, but there are other people in the panel that would like to say more. I want us to focus on the DNA. And I don't want people to be saying the DNA is not necessary. Let's go on. We are not dictative, although we are. But the DNA, every road will lead to the DNA. If you try to swipe or side pass the DNA, you can't, because that is the Achilles. That is the main thing that is stopping all investigation.
The motive.
That is the motive, where it's leading everywhere. Everywhere you search. Wunmi saw that, you see, may God not let us, with all due respect to the good women, may God not let us meet a bad person, evil. But every time I want to say, make mistake, I remember that the scripture have to be fulfilled. That was what, because every road, even with the Babalawo yesterday, Mohbad still insisted on doing things in his way, because he knew that the scripture have to be fulfilled. See how that man was saying that he was telling him this, and okay, he now accepted, if you can't do this, you can't, but at least use your music, express yourself. The same thing the father said, use your music to express yourself. He is always gentle. He wants to tolerate people, but he knows that at the end of the day, the truth shall prevail. The truth is in the child. The child's name is Imole. It's part of the name that Mohbad insisted that must stay. When somebody says Mohbad Jr., say no, it's a light, Imole. He's going to shed light on many things. If Wunmi says that DNA is not going to be done, then she's got something else coming. That's all I want to say. I thank everybody for listening.
Hello, Mr. Sakuma. Thank you so much. I've been waiting for you to come on board, and I've missed you. You've always come in here with your wealth of knowledge, wisdom, and Christianity. That's the fear of God. They say is the beginning of wisdom. Thank you so much. I've been here. I've tried to preach. I've tried to say things, but I think you've put it together. And in a nutshell, this is it. Two things. Justice must be done. Justice must prevail. Justice must be seen. Justice must be heard. Justice for Mohbad. Like you said, we have to respect the Aloba. We have to respect the father of this young man. Whether he has faulted in any way or not, we just have to respect him and carry him along as we go. Now, with that being said, I know that there are so many people who are here, they want to speak, and we've said a lot. We've really said a lot, but we're not leaving yet. We have to find justice for Mohbad. There's a reason why we are all here. There's a reason why we are all involved. Whether you're working together as a team or you're not working together as a team, you're just on your own, let us play our role. Let us play our part. Let us carry our cross. Let us play our role. Because there's a reason why you are involved. Play your role. Play your role. Forget if somebody else is not doing their own role. Play your role. Stay in your lane and assist in this fight for justice for Mohbad. Thank you so much, Sakuma. I know you have a lot to say. I know it's like you're picking a call, but I know you have a lot to say. So be here, please. And I open the floor. I know Akpoti Eri, good to see you. Akpoti Eri, good to see you. Undisputed Diamond, welcome. Thank you so much. Mr. Sakuma, I hope you heard me when I was, talking about the things that you have said. God bless you so much. I really need you to be here. There's a lot for us to talk about, and there's a need for us to be connected to what you're connecting us to. The fear of God, the understanding that the father of this young man, I love to call all his name, Ileri Oluwa Oladimeji Mohbad, aka Mohbad, Aloba's son. He was an Aloba, will continue to be an Aloba in our hearts. We have to remember why we're here. Whether you're working together as a team or not, there is a reason why you're here. Play your part. Play your part. You're not doing it for anybody. You're doing it for this young man who lost his life, who is not here. So many of us are celebrating our birthdays, going on about with our lives. He's not here to do that. Lying down there cold. He's not here to do that. So please, if you're fighting for him, remember that. When you're having interaction with any other person, remember that. Justice for Mohbad. Continue to put on that justice for Mohbad face. Continue to talk about him. And that's how we can keep his memory alive. So justice for Mohbad. Thank you so much, Sakuma. You have that floor. You have that space. I need you to be here. Now, let me open the floor for somebody else, because I know I have my head carry oil. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you. Follow the money. The floor is open. Whoever unmutes can go ahead and say something.
I really want to say something, but my environment is not conducive.
Got you. Got you. That's fine. But I'm going to borrow your space.
Child. He's not going to come out like that and say, oh, see, so let me tell you something. The people on TikTok, good job to everyone. Yeah, good job to everyone on TikTok. Those that are on the comment section, on the FYP, the host. If I tell you something, that do you know that they're actually listening to us, our cry, in Aso Rock? They're also giving it to the Oba. They're giving it to him out. They're asking him to go and settle up the whole case with that DNA thing. It's just using the veto power in Lagos State, Awala Neko. They're the one that put the police institution in their own pouch.
I had this live with one guy, and I would like you to look out for that guy. I just started following him today. I don't know if you have heard about him. I saw him yesterday at Papariano, and I even saw him today somewhere on one live. He lives in London. He's a Labour Party person, but he advised that we should not let politics take over this case. So, but he intends to come in because he didn't even know that the matter is still lingering. So in case if I see him here, I won't mind coming down for him to join this live. So, but I've shared it with him. So I don't know, you people should reach out to him, because he was saying it's not everything he can be saying on how people can move, on social media. So people like you, as one strong member of Justice for Mohbad, people can come in and let's see, because we are doing well. To be honest with you, people on Instagram, they are really, really supporting us now. They are beginning to realize what they did not realize before, even on Facebook. And I'm so, so happy about that. Thank you. I will go down now. Bye, everybody.
Well, thank you very much, Undisputed. Thank you so much. See, okay, go ahead, Sakumo. Anytime. Sorry, can I interject to what that beautiful lady just said? She said it well, and those of us that were in politics before, that knew what is going on, because that knows that if Tinubu is not at the top, they will not be where it is today. It is a fact that Saheed Elegushi was Tinubu's boy, was working for him. It is a well-known fact that Saheed Elegushi was imposed because through Tinubu to that Elegushi was a chieftaincy title to Oba Akinolu, to Lagos throne. It was a chieftaincy title, but Tinubu turned it into Obaship, second class. And the person who was supposed to have that seat was overrun. My question is that the police were supposed to protect us. Baba Mohbad went to the police. He was disappointed. But all of a sudden, you have armies and DSS protecting Wunmi and her brother, Sukomi. When it comes to Elepe, it's always his car will come, a jeep will follow, Why sudden shift on any election? Why did they just become special people in the society that the army have to be protecting? The only way army have to be protecting them is that if the presidency allowed it. So if we want to speak the truth, we want to say the truth, there is no way we are not going to be involved, and politics is not going to be involved. I have been finding a way that politics will not be involved. But that is what it is. It is what it is. Why would army be doing this and that? Although, from my investigation, that has died down. I don't think maybe because it has died down, I don't think it goes, but it still goes out. That is the brother of Wunmi. He only goes out at night. So, all these things, is why would the police refuse? Why, after all our cry, even to Brekete, they are still managing it as Lagos affair? When they know that this thing is worldwide. I've listened to about 4 or 5 foreigners, not Cotonous, I'm talking of Arabs and white, talking about this case on our TikTok, not on American TikTok or Arabian TikTok, on our TikTok, giving their inputs. So there's no way to delete it as well. There's no way at the end of the day, if we want to bust this thing, that's why I say let everybody. I am going to carry my cross the way I say it. I don't care if Guadibo comes in, I don't care who comes in, but let's send to them. Let's send for them. That 4 years will soon be here. We will ask you a question. Where do you stand when Mohbad was killed? Just as they asked Moses. Peter. Where we will ask them. We will ask them. So, like she said, it's not only Gbadebo. There are other, what is his name? The Jan Don. Where are they? This guy was a Lagosian. He was born in Lagos. He paid taxes in Lagos. He was breadwinner for a lot of. And that stupid, I don't even want to mention his name. A journalist asks a question and you have to shout. And you even have to say he's not the only one that died in Nigeria. By the grace of God, it will happen to your family, no matter how protected they are. This child that Pine surprised us, bewildered us, and pained us because he saw his death coming and he cried out. But a lot of us didn't see. We said it's because he's from Naira Marley's house, because he's a Malian. So Malian and Naira Marley gang have the right to do whatever they like. And Naira Marley was in Elegushi house playing golf. In Sanwo-Olu office, greeting him. Naira Marley was giving what? The NDLA ambassador. Never heard of it. Amugbo. Original conk Amugbo. A confessed Amugbo. And you make him an ambassador. Ambassador to who? To the youth. Hey, Nikureo. Bossman, continue. Please.
Well, wow. Just one thing I know is that we are going to get this justice once we know what we are doing. It's just that all the hosts need to come together and speak with one voice. I know that although we have some hosts that have issues, we need to forgo or leave whatever we have against ourselves and come together and speak with one voice. With good strategies, we go back to our drawing board, come with a better strategy, we are going to get that justice. See, I keep telling you, there are a lot of motives. And number one motives is that DNA. The DNA, there's a lot of motive against Wunmi that Wunmi can use. And that motive is number one is the DNA. And that DNA must be done. It is a must. Like, I've been hearing different people from the other parties saying that they're not going to do no DNA. You will do that DNA at the right time. You will do it. And if you do not want to do the DNA, it is a must that you're going to do that DNA. And in case if you say you don't want to do DNA, then you forget about every other thing. I heard one of your team saying that Baba Mohbad is fighting for property. He's fighting. He's not fighting for property. He's actually fighting for justice. Baba Mohbad represents Mohbad. Mohbad represents Baba Mohbad. And Baba Mohbad Joseph is the real Aloba. And if you do not do that DNA, then I don't think your son, Liam, has the right to get anything in the estate of Mohbad. Because go see any to have to dress to man make your molomo. If you really want to claim that Liam is a real son of Mohbad, you should be the one by your own self to decide to do a DNA. And if you don't want to do that, you have to let go of every other thing. But it is a must for you to do the DNA because that's the number one motive. You will do that. I know that there are a lot of these powerful people around you protecting you. They know that, and you too, you put this case, you put it on their neck. We know, right from the beginning. They've been shielding you. You put it on their neck. We know that there are some secret that of them that you know that are in your hands, that you are using, that if they let you, if they disappoint you, you're going to spill. We know. It's just been looking. I'm a away, and you're ready to spill. If they disappoint you, at the right time, you're going to spill it out. Everything to because they will disappoint you. Well, we're going to get that justice. You're not legally married to Mohbad. Oh, we're legally married to Mohbad. Let me tell you a story in case you don't know. Back in the days, those that have a customary married to Mohbad, whoever that is, so far that you are customary married to Mohbad, do you know that Baba Joseph Aloba has the right over you right now that since Mohbad is no more? Is the Olori Ebi. Do you know what Olori Ebi is in the customary marriage? If you don't know, you need to go and do your research. Baba Aloba and none of your people, top people that are actually protecting you right now, can stop Aloba Joseph from doing the needful as the Olori Ebi of the Aloba's family. Baba will still call up a meeting of all Aloba, and you yourself, you must come for that meeting. Baba Aloba as the Olori Ebi was supposed to be the one on the nomad ground to be the one to protect, to divide. Okay, you want to share the property. And if truly Liam is the son of Mohbad, he will be the one to give his own share to Liam and make sure that he structure whatever the estate is according to the Olori Ebi. But for that to happen, for Liam to get anything, it is a must you do the DNA. The DNA is a must for you. You say you want to travel all over, you are looking for a way to travel to get asylum. Go ahead and see, let us keep watching you. You want to go to Cotonou or to Ghana? Go ahead and let's see. You have no other places for you to go except you want to go to Kenya or to Mozambique. We're going to find you. We're going to get you back here. We're not joking anymore. Like I said, it is not how far, it is how well. Those that are supporting that is actually making you to be doing what you're doing. By the time, when the time is right, they will turn against you because I'm going to prove you got different. Let's have this forthcoming coroner inquest and see what's going to come out of it. We know that you have some secret which you've used to peg on the neck of these people. We know. But let's keep waiting to see what's going to come out of it. In customary marriage, back in the days, do you know that do you know that Adura was supposed to take over you? You are nothing. You're not legally married to Mohbad. Adura is supposed to take over you. In Yoruba land, they call it a name. What's the name they call it in Yoruba land? Oma Shupueni now. Am I right? Is that the correct word? Adura yeko Shupueni. Is it? Yes. Adura is supposed to take over you. Everything you have in your body, but it will not. Can never happen because the same thing that you did to the Egmont, you will never do it to the Aburo. So what are you talking about? Who are you? In case if you don't know Yoruba tradition, Entoba Shalaisi, Egmont, Abe Aburo, lo ma shopu e. You have to go and take that name off your record. Then you are free to go and marry whoever you want to marry. So wherever you are right now, Oyeki Adura ko shopueni. Sakuma. Abi, am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong, sir? In Yoruba,
you are right. You are right.
Oyeki Adura ko shopueni.
Yes,
So what are you talking about?
you're absolutely right.
Do you know what customary marriage is? You are not legally married to Mohbad because you are.
She has not even been fully accepted to the family.
Exactly. And you are still making mouth. You are telling Baba Mohbad that what right does he have to tell you to go and do DNA?
We are trying to show where
Adura ni o mo right here. Adura ni o mo right here. And Sakuma, do you know the reason why Mama Mohbad, Adura is on the side of Adura and Darosha? Because she knows they've already told her what really happened after the incident. They already told her what really happened, and she doesn't want to lose two other people. She knows what she's doing, but she's on the wrong side, and they all came together in the same camp to fight against Joseph Aloba. I will mute my mic and I will allow whoever want to talk. We have Apotieri, we have Legomote, we have Adabe Nation. So over to you, please. Madam Apotieri, is it open?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good morning to you.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear.
Legometi, continue. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the floor. I want to also say thank you to everyone that have been on this course for justice for Mohbad. Thank you very much. I just want to add a little